definitely knew. This is why I still feel there may be a twist to the tale. Marvin may be the center of Agent Tanner's investigation, but Captain Beck is still very well respected by law enforcement for all his years of work with the NYPD. So let's see what he does with this information and whether this brings Adina Foyle back into the picture. Now, speaking of Detective Howard, we pick up with him meeting Ogden over at Queen's Narcotics. This is where we hear Ogden telling him Marvin Thomas is checking all their boxes. They have him linked to the Baselli crew, the tenants at Baisley and the 40s could also place him at both locations. He also told him that if he had anything on Marvin to help bring this home, even better. However, this goes back to my investigation where we broke down how both Marvin and Detective Howard could find themselves in orange jumpsuits. It does seem like Marvin is the main target, but Captain Beck may have other ideas, so Detective Howard may want to watch his back. Now, just to finish this chapter with law enforcement in 308, we caught up with Gerald, his daughters, and Marvin at a cafe. He was writing an article about Jukebox, but the questions he was asking about Bulletproof Records and the connections to the Italian Mafia had nothing to do with Juke or an entertainment section. And the minute he mentioned he spoke to a friend at the NYPD about Marvin, you could tell. Marvin picked up a knife and he was holding back. If it weren't for Gerald's two daughters sitting next to him, who knows what he would have done, because he clearly was crossing the lines. Now, this is where I do want to circle back to the conversation with Rock and Marvin, and the theory I spoke about earlier. Marvin mentioned he's liking who he's seeing in the mirror, but I really do feel he's going to face his biggest test yet, because Gerald Moore is undercover. He's being pressured by Agent Tanner.
I don't know what that means. Somebody lights gotta go off.
So it's only a matter of time when Marvin finds out. So just like I mentioned before, Marvin's going to be tested like he's never been tested before, and he does know more than anyone. Snitches have to go. We know what happened when he gave Sam a chance at the end of season 2. So is Marvin willing to take that risk again? But is he willing to leave these two girls without their father? This is why he's going to have to take a long hard look in the mirror about who he is and who he wants to be.
Watch sports with live TV like cable. With YouTube TV, try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
They going crazy. Yeah. Marvin got it.
LegalZoom makes it simple to start an LLC in 3 easy steps. Your business dreams are as close as your fingertips. Just answer.
Button. What a button, B. I'm tripping. Let's get it together, people.
Now, in regards to the issue with transportation, Marvin did do what needed to be done. This woman was planted by Marvin, which gave them something to blackmail Terry with. So I guess this was their transportation issue sorted. Otherwise, these pictures would find their way to Terry's wife. Meanwhile, with Rock, we know who she is. She isn't afraid to get her hands dirty or play dirty to win either. She sent Laura Ward from Child Services to try and assert some control over Kanan.
Alright. I call big cap on this, right? First of all, the gun when he had got caught with it at school in the book bag, that's automatic police. But they get some special treatment, right? And they get the social services worker, right? She noticed that he's not going home. They ain't sure him going to school, so we don't even know if was he going to school or not. But she ain't saying nothing about none of that. Like, but she a social worker. But all right, we'll see. We'll see. Let's check this out.
While he was with Crystal, he was warned he's got 24 hours to return home. Or the next time she sees him, she'll be with the police, and he'll end up in handcuffs. So
he already been gone from the crib for a couple of days. She would have came with the police off GP just cause. Why not? I don't know.
So this was Rock, I guess, doing what Rock does. Although Kanan did manage to resolve this problem thanks to the help of Ronnie doing what he does, being feared. Now we don't.
So they don't show what he said to her. They just show Kanan looking from the car and he's having a few words with the social worker, right? He let the social worker walk off. They didn't show us he showed anything. They didn't say what he said. where he come in and say she won't be bothering you again. You don't think that him doing that in front of the job, one, she could have went back in and called the police, or she go home, call the police. She see your face, she know your identity. What's to stop her from going to the police, y'all? Like, come on, people.
We don't exactly know what Ronnie did say to Laura, but it probably went along the lines of this.
Kanan says you talk a lot.
So just like Paul, Laura probably won't be an issue going forward. Now, Rock didn't just stop at sending child services. Her next move was to visit Snaps and Pop to warn them, stop fucking with Kanan. But just before we get...
Now, that's what I was just saying. Why she steady going to all these people when she could have just went to Ronnie when she knows Ronnie is messing with her son. She's telling everybody to stay away from her son. Go to the source. Ronnie.
Get there, just like with Ronnie in 304, there was a lot of history in this room. Pop said that she remembered Rock when she had pigtails, jumping rope in front of her parents. But Rock has come a long way since then, and as always, she gets straight down to business and tells them, stay away from her son. We learn that Snaps and Pop never had kids of their own, but they do understand that her relationship with Kanan at this moment in time is delicate to say the least. They also tell Rock that their business isn't with Kanan, he's just an associate of an associate, although it is safe to say, Rock didn't see it that way. Now, this is where we begin to find out just how powerful Snaps and Pop really are. They know Rock's connect to Stefano because of Pop's history, and he's only in business with Rock until they tell him to sit the fuck down. So even though they were sat at the same table, Snaps made it pretty clear they ain't in the same league. Rock still needed to be in this business to get paid, whereas Snaps and Pop, they've been there and done that. They've been paid and continue to get paid. But they still have a lot of power, pull, influence, and respect in the streets, even though they are retired. They made it clear what they did back in the day, which was spilled through blood, sweat, and tears. That's why Rock can do what she can, because in Snaps' words, they were the ones who made the game. Now, Rock is someone who doesn't bow down to anyone, no matter how powerful they are and how many men they have standing behind them. Rock kneels for no man, and the same goes in this situation. She said everybody claims to have been the first through the door, but the ones who really matter are the last ones to leave. Now, as she did leave, Pop questioned whether this shit with Ronnie was worth all this bullshit with Rock. She could tell that this wasn't the same girl she knew in pigtails, jumping rope. But Snaps wasn't backing down. He didn't appreciate the fact Rock came into their place of business, telling them what they can and can't do. So just like Kanan said at the beginning, fear and respect go together. But if you don't have those two, then where does it leave your reputation? Reputation is a huge thing in the streets. Whether you're retired or not, you have to guard it with your life, especially when there's someone hunting your spot. So it is game on between Snaps and Rock. Now, child services and telling Snaps to back off from Kanan wasn't enough for Rock. She came over to Panessa's because she wanted to know where they were getting their work. Panessa was scared because she didn't want to end up like Unique, and also because she's all Jerome has. It was mother to mother, both trying to protect their sons, but in very contrasting ways. However, Panessa did let it slip that she did see Ronnie at home with a woman from the bodega, and that rang alarm bells for Rock, because maybe just like Pop, she's maybe never had or ever known Ronnie to fuck with any girls. So Rock got what she wanted, but at what cost? Just like Marvin's story with Gerald and his daughters, will Panessa pay the price and leave Jerome all on his own? Now, after Rock got this information from Panessa, she went straight over to Joaquin to let him know that his cousin sister was making moves behind his back. She was cutting him out of deals, just like she did to her in season 2 with Trey Mont.
But how the man, the cousin, the top dog, how you don't know your cousin stealing bricks, bro? Your workers don't know. Nobody know. Nobody just have a clue. But Rock found out all this information while you right there drinking your little coffee or a tea. Come on, man.
But he wanted to double check the information, and if it did turn out to be true, then Rock would have Joaquin's blessing to do what she's wanted to do for a very long time. Although Rock was going to pull the trigger either way, but before she did remind Juliana of who she was before they met. She was a scared woman at the bodega who needed Rock's help to get rid of her husband. Now, this wasn't about money, dollars.
Because I call Cap because it's like she just wanted to be the person she always was. She was always like this. Why she needed somebody to handle the business when she could have handled it herself? Really?
Dollars and cents. For Rock, it was way bigger. Revenge isn't about business. Revenge doesn't get you paid. Sometimes it's about fear, respect, and reputation. So just like she told Kanan in season 1, she took Juliana out with 2 to the chest and 1 to the head. And now the war between Ronnie and Rock has well and truly begun.
All right, so there you have. I saw what it is. So my reaction to episode 8. Yeah, they just getting weird. I don't like how they doing my boy Lou. They got Lou just wilding.
Imagine if ChatGPT
He
and
just can't even stand up, huh? He's not even a functional drunk. He's falling all over the place, man. He's about to run with a knife and he got a gun and he talking about, come on, stab me. Stab me. What you waiting on? That's not how it happens. You randomly walk and see him pissed. Oh, he drunk. Let's get him. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna do another tap in again. But with that being said, yo, it's your boy Moolah this week at the F5 podcast. And I'll be back with another one. I'm out.